Page 58, 59. Yeah.
Which
Page 58, 59. 58. So today, everyone, we're gonna explain a new rule. Kaman, you know it already from last year, which is perpendicular lines to the same line. Who can tell me if we have two lines that are perpendicular to the same line, how they are together? Do you remember this rule from last year? If you have two lines that are perpendicular to the same third line, then ya Ali Tawuz, what do we say about them? They are?
They would be parallel.
Bravo, excellent. So when we have two lines that are perpendicular to the same third line, they are parallel between each other, because when they are doing a 90-degree with the same line, it means that they are really straight. They won't meet together and they don't have
intersect.
they will not intersect and they won't have any common point. That's why they will be parallel. Yes, Hassan, Haidar, what did you say?
Good morning.
Good morning. Hello. So we're going to open on page 58, everyone. I'm going to write the page here. So page 58. Okay. And this is what we're going to do it here. So I'm going to remind everyone, when we have two lines that they are perpendicular to the same third line, then they are parallel. And this is what they're going to show us in this activity. Observe the adjacent figure and complete with the symbol perpendicular or parallel. We're gonna check each two lines that they give us. We're gonna say for them if they are perpendicular or they are parallel. Malak Zaiter, unmute yourself and answer on the first one. They said D,
Yes.
small letter D1, يعني this one, the blue. Okay, so this is D1. And the big capital D, the green one. D1 and D. Do we consider them perpendicular? Yeah, Malak, please only Malak. Do we consider them perpendicular or parallel?
Perpendicular.
So they are perpendicular. Excellent. So we're going to just put the symbol here. Why did you say they are perpendicular? How did you consider that they are perpendicular?
Because parallel lines, there are two lines that it's parallel to each other. I know it's perpendicular because it's
Look at them. Awashi, do they intersect the perpendicular line?
no.
They don't intersect the perpendicular. You told me that they are perpendicular. Yani they meet? Did they meet? D1 and D. Do they meet? Mala?
Yes.
Yes, they met. At which point?
On point A.
Point A. What did they do together? What is this?
A perpendicular line that it's a right angle.
Right angle. So they met in one point and they made a right angle. Okay. 90-degree angle. That's why we call them perpendicular lines. Thank you, Amalak. Noor Allahu. Noor, can you tell me now about D2 and D? D2, small letter, and capital D. What do we consider them? Perpendicular or parallel?
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular, excellent. Why did you say they are perpendicular?
Because they meet and they make a right angle.
Excellent. So they meet together at which point, D2 and D?
Point B.
Point B. And so B, it's the foot of perpendicular where we have the 90-degree angle. Excellent. Yusuf Mansour. The last one. Yusuf, they said D1 and D2 now. What do you consider D1 and D2? Yusuf, do you hear me? Unmute yourself, please. Yusuf. Hello. طيب. عباس كريم. unmute yourself please.
Yes.
يلا يا عباس. D1 and D2. How they are?
D1 and D2 are parallel lines
Bravo. Why did you say they are parallel lines?
because they can't intersect.
They can't intersect. It means they don't have any common point. So that's why, ya Abbas, can you read the main
Yes.
point? How can we conclude the main point?
Yes. Two lines that are perpendicular to the same line are parallel.
Continue.
Yes. If D1 is perpendicular to D and D2 is perpendicular to D, then D1 is parallel to D2.
So, excellent. So this is the main point that you need to study, everyone. And it's really important to know that when you have two lines that are perpendicular to the same third line, يعني D1 is perpendicular to D, also D2 is perpendicular to the same line D, it means that these two lines are considered parallel. They will never meet. They won't have any common point. Okay. In this
Yes.
case, if you understand that, everyone, please, I need you all to do exercise 2 alone. I'm going to explain what you have to do. Write the following information in order to explain why the lines X, Y, and ZT are parallel. عطيلكم هن some information, some
Miss, where?
sentences.
Where,
Here,
Miss?
exercise 2, page 59. So
Ah,
page
59, okay.
59, exercise 2. Okay, they gave you some sentences. You have to put these sentences in order to explain why X, Y, and ZT are parallel. I'm gonna give you everyone 3 minutes to try to do these sentences in order to explain why X, Y, and ZT are considered parallel. Yalla, 2 minutes for everyone to do them, and then I'm gonna choose someone to tell me how to
On the
put them
book?
in order.
On the book
Put
or
them
on the
on the
draft
book.
paper?
لا لا put it, you can put it on draft paper or you can put it on a book. أكيد مش بالبنسل مش بالpen. You have to write them in with your pencil to correct if you have something
Yes,
wrong.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Miss, I didn't hear you well. Which exercise we want to do?
Page 59, exercise 2. I'm gonna repeat what you have to do. Page 59, exercise 2. You have to put these sentences in order to explain why X, Y, and ZT are parallel. أكيد according to this rule. يلا.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. 2 minutes, everyone, and then we're gonna correct it together.
Miss,
Yes.
يعني I want to
What?
يعني I want يعني I want to choose from the six one of them to explain why they are parallel.
You have to choose all the sentences, but you have to put them in order to explain why they are parallel.
How?
Miss, these sentences will explain for
Yes.
us why they are parallel. So you have to choose, you have to put them in order to explain. And if you put them in order, you will know how to explain that they are parallel. Yalla, try to put it in order to know why X, Y, and Z are parallel.
Miss Zainab,
Yes.
should I write them on the book?
Yes, write them on the book with your pencil. And if you have something wrong, you're going to correct it with me. You erase and you correct. Yes,
Miss, I
Luna?
finished.
Okay, great.
I finished.
Okay. Yalla, did you finish, everyone?
No.
No. Yes.
طب يلا واحد.
Yes.
يلا did you finish?
I finished. Yes.
Okay. Hassan Ammar, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, miss.
Hassan, did you know how to do it? Did you do it or no?
Yes, I did it.
Okay.
Miss-
Hassan, if you don't have these sentences, can you tell me why do we consider X, Y, and Z parallel together if you want to explain what I said already before? Inside sentences now. Later on, we're going to put them in order. But you, if you want to explain for me, why do you consider like X, Y, and Z are parallel? Why?
X, Y, and Z. It's because it's because
Yes.
it's because V and the line X, Y are perpendicular.
You mean VU and XY are perpendicular, yes. And what
Yes,
else?
VU and XY are perpendicular, and
Yes.
VU or ZT
Yes.
are also perpendicular. So that means
Excellent. That means that they are both perpendicular to the same line VU, right? If they are
yes,
perpendicular to the same line VU, then they are what? Together?
parallel.
Parallel also, because we said already that each two lines that they are perpendicular to the same third line, then we can consider them parallel. Excellent. And now, if you want to just order these sentences that will give the same meaning that you were saying, how can you order these sentences?
يا شو بعمل؟
Who's talking? Jad? Hassan?
Yes, miss.
Yalla, did you order these sentences?
Yes.
Yalla, tell me.
The line. Oh no, hmm. The lines X, Y, and ZT
Yes.
are perpendicular to the line UV.
Bravo.
Therefore, I can. Oh
Yes.
no, according to the marked figure.
According to the marked figure, this is the first sentence is gonna be. The lines X, Y, and Z are
Oh, okay.
perpendicular to the line UV, as you said. And then?
Therefore, I say that
Yes.
they are parallel.
Bravo. Excellent. So this is what we have to do. We're gonna start saying that. Yeah, let's write it together. According to the marked figure, the lines X, Y, and Z are perpendicular to the line. How did I know they are perpendicular? Because they put 90-degree for me, and this is a given, okay? They give me this information from the figure. So I can consider it like given, and I can say that they are perpendicular. So to the line UV. Therefore, I can say that they are parallel. So all what I did, that I made these sentences in order to explain why we can consider like XY and ZT perpendicular parallel together. So always, when you see two lines that they are perpendicular to the same third line, we're gonna consider that they are parallel together. Okay, it's a rule. So no need to say because they don't intersect and they don't have any points in common and etc. No, you just tell me that they are perpendicular to the line or to the same line. Then we're gonna consider that they are parallel. طيب, if you finish this, يلا take time. We're gonna do exercise 1 in practice.
I have finished.
يلا start doing exercise 1 in the practice. يعني go back practice. Go back to the page 58 and do
Okay.
exercise 1. For the people who are
Okay,
raising
Miss.
their hands, if you don't have any question, please lower your hand and then I will choose you to answer because I think like you have a question or something. If you have a question, keep it up. Emma Rose, prepare yourself. You're gonna answer on the page 58, exercise 1. Okay, are you here?
Miss Zainab can't answer. Miss Emma, can I answer after her?
Okay.
What exercise we should do?
Exercise 1 in page 58, the practice. You have to draw in exercise 1. Yeah, let's start drawing and then we're gonna do it together.
Miss, can I ask you a question? Miss, can I ask you a question?
Yes, yes.
Miss, like, can we say, can we have a parallel lines, but they are segments?
Of course. لا, parallel line segments. You can consider like they are segments on a line, but when you are talking about parallel, it has to be lines. لأنه parallel means that you have to elongate them. A segment, it's measurable. We cannot elongate it. So you can't say they are parallel, okay?
Okay.
It has to be line or semi-line. طيب.
No, because two because my net is very low and now is open and yes.
You didn't copy exercise 2?
No.
طيب, you have to do it or you have to copy it from the Zoom record today when I post the Zoom record. Okay, now focus with me in exercise 1, page 58.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it together. So they said for us to draw the line L1 that passes through E and that is perpendicular to D1. So this is D1, this is the line D1, and this is the point E. We have to draw the perpendicular that passes through E and is perpendicular to D1. Let's do it together, everyone. So we're gonna bring now the set square. As I told you, where we have to do the perpendicular, we put our set square. They said that that is perpendicular to D1. So the set square should be on D1, like this, exactly on D1. But they said that it has to pass through the point E. So we just move it to the point E, just like that. We keep it as 90 degree here. And we draw this line. Yeah, we're gonna draw it. Do it, everyone, with me. We're gonna draw the perpendicular line, just like that. That's passing through E and it's perpendicular to D1. So this is how we do the perpendicular. Let me remove this. And let me put the 90 degree sign. What do we call this line? We call it L1. So always you have to put the name of each line. This is the L1 that they set for us. Okay, so this is L1. So L1 is a line that is perpendicular to the line D1 and passes through the point E. Hassan, you are still with me, Al-Hassan, okay? Where are you? Yalla, Hassan. Okay. Now,
Yes.
read for me the question that did you draw our sheet of perpendicular? Did you finish it?
Miss, I don't have the book.
Okay, you didn't do it on a draft paper? But even if you don't have the book, just copy the photo and do it with us.
Okay.
Okay. Just answer me on this one now and then copy them. Why are the line D2 and L1 parallel? Why can we consider, Ya Hassan, D2 and L1 parallel together? Why can you say they are parallel? D2 and L1 are parallel?
Yes.
Why? Why can you say they are parallel? Did you hear the rule when we were talking about, or you were outside the meeting?
I went outside the meeting.
Type Hassan, we said already that when we have two lines that they are perpendicular to the same third line, then they are parallel together. Here, as you can see, D2 is perpendicular to which line?
D1.
Okay, so D2 is perpendicular D1. Heidi given. They wrote for us this because they put here 90 degree at M. And we draw L1 perpendicular to D1. So D2 and L1, since they are perpendicular to the same third line D1, then we can consider like they are together
Parallel.
parallel. Excellent. So we're going to write together the following. We're going to write since D2
D2
and L1 are perpendicular to D1, so D2 and L1 are parallel. Or I'm going to write it for you in another way. Or we can do like this, the symbol. You can say like up. You can write D1 perpendicular. I mean D2. If you say D2 perpendicular to D1. D2 perpendicular to D1 and L1 also perpendicular to D1, then D2, it's what? Parallel عميل للألوان. Here you can write because or since. So because D2 perpendicular to D1 and L1 perpendicular to D1, then D2 is parallel to L1. This is what you can write. Yeah, part 2. Selena. يلا يا Selena. Go to the part 2. Read for us
Yes.
what we need to do.
Okay. Draw the line L2 that passes through A and that is perpendicular to D2. Why are the lines
Okay,
L2
let us do the drawing
and
first, and then
D1
we're gonna see the
parallel?
question. Okay, let us do the drawing first. They need us
Okay,
to draw the perpendicular line L2 pass through A,
that passes through A.
and it's
Yes,
perpendicular.
and perpendicular to D2.
So we have to put our set square.
Okay, so I want to put the set square.
Yes.
Miss,
Yeah, we have to put the set square. Let me just turn it.
Miss, the net goes. Miss, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. What is it?
Miss,
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Miss,
You can't hear me?
Miss Zainab.
I can hear you. Who's that? Everyone, you can't hear me? Ali, can you hear me? Ali Tawuz?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, so Selena, maybe she has something wrong with her internet. Anyway, so we are going to put this set square. Let me just turn it a little bit. Okay, so since they said that it's perpendicular to D2, so we have to put it on D2, and it should pass it through A, so we have to put the foot of perpendicular just on A. Okay, and now we're gonna draw this line. The line, it's actually called L2. So we're gonna draw the line L2. Okay, so this is the line L2. So it's perpendicular to D2 and pass through A. Let me just put its name. So this one, it's L2. This line is L2. And it's perpendicular to D2 on A. Foot perpendicular, foot of the perpendicular is A. The question is, why are the lines L2 and D1 parallel? عصام عواركي, you're gonna answer us on this one. يلا يا عصام. Why can you say that they are parallel?
D1 are parallel because they are D2 perpendicular to line D2.
Bravo. Since they are perpendicular to the same line D2, then they are parallel. So we're gonna say, since the L2 and D1 are perpendicular to D2, so they are parallel. Okay, or you can say it in the other way. I'm not gonna write the other way, which is here. You can say because L2 perpendicular to D1, because L2 is perpendicular to D2 and D1 is perpendicular to D2, then L2 and D1 are parallel, or L2 parallel to D1. Yeah. Manessa, unmute yourself.
Yes, miss.
So the question here, the two lines, did you finish first? Did you finish what we were doing, part 2?
No.
طب يلا finish it. There's some people who are saying, I can't hear you. Are you still can hear me? You are writing for me in the chat. Is it still, my voice is still low? No, okay. So can you hear me? Can you hear me clear? Okay, good. Manessa, يلا. Okay, everyone. Thank you. يلا يا Manessa. The two lines L1 and L2 intersect at R. So L1 and L2, they said that they are intersecting uh, at R. So we have to elongate شوي L2. We're gonna elongate L2 a little bit, like that. Okay, to let it meet L1. They said that they intersect at the point R. So we're gonna draw here the point R. So this is R. Okay, so this is the point R. Here. Okay. Verify that L1 and L2 are perpendicular and that ME equal ER equal RA equal AM. Okay, everyone. Actually, this one, I don't want it, okay? Because I don't want to enter to this information for now. But you can just let them meet at R, but I don't want to verify this for now, okay? We're going to verify it later. So this part, I don't want it. And even 4, I don't want it. Okay, we don't want these two parts. We're just going to make 1 and 2. Okay? Asa, we don't have more time. We still have less than 1 minute. So we're not gonna do no part 3, we're not gonna do part 3 or part 4. Just part 1 and part 2. If anyone have any question, please raise your hand if you didn't understand what we did today about this rule. You have to study it. I'm gonna post for you on Classroom to study it. Tomorrow I'm gonna ask you about it.